Hello, it's 11 a.m. here in South Korea. I'm Oh Soo-young at the Arirang News Center. We're breaking into our regular programming to bring you a live briefing from the South Korean health authorities on the coronavirus outbreak here in the nation. In just a few moments, we'll switch over to the briefing at the Sejong Government Complex with simultaneous interpretation available for you in English. Health Ministry official Yoon Tae-oh is going to give us some details on the COVID-19 situation with the latest updates on the key figures. He's going to fill us in on the number of new infections as of Wednesday midnight, and also the efforts that the government is making to contain the virus, as we're seeing mutations of the virus coming from abroad, and also efforts to roll out the vaccinations on a wide scale. So he will be updating us on all of those things, and it looks like he's just about to begin the briefing.
Let us now begin our regular briefing for February 10th, Wednesday. As of today midnight, we have 414 new local infections and 30 new imported cases. We had 4 additional fatalities. I extend my deepest condolences to the deceased and the members of the bereaved families. Here are some updates on our quarantine measures. Yesterday, a total of about 80,000 tests were conducted, and at the test centers, we have carried out about 44,000, while about 37,000 people have been tested at the temporary test centers across the country. And here are some updates on our medical capacity response. And we also have enough beds to treat the COVID-19 beds. And we also have 521 hospital beds for critically ill patients. And we also have about 12,000 beds available for those with mild or moderate symptoms. And we also have 0 patients who are waiting to be hospitalized. And ahead of the Lunar New Year holiday, we will also brief you on the details of the schedule for these medical facilities and the test centers. And we will also have these test centers run 24 hours even during the Lunar New Year holidays. And we will also make sure that the citizens can utilize these testing centers and the drugstores especially, and the hospitals during the Lunar New Year holidays. And we will make sure that these information will be disclosed through the applications as well as online as well. And we will also make sure that you can get tested for the COVID-19, and we will make sure that both the temporary test centers and the test centers with people with symptoms will also open. And also, if you have any symptoms during the Lunar New Year holiday, please get tested as soon as possible. And during the Lunar New Year holiday, we will make sure that we will also have high risks of infection at the traditional markets, and we will make sure that people also comply with the quarantine measures, and we also promote and facilitate the remote means of selling. And we will also cooperate with the Ministry of SMEs, and we will also be cooperating with them to carry out over one time of week the regular disinfections at these traditional marketplaces. And we will also make sure that the vendors and the users, customers, they are also wearing their face mask. And also we will look at about 500 local markets as well as small supermarkets. We will make sure that we promote that they comply with these measures at these locations, and we will also disclose these programs and campaigns through Kakao Talk and so forth. And we will also facilitate and support vendors selling of these their goods remotely. And we will also cooperate with about 350 local markets nationwide, and we will also ensure an online platform where they could sell their products. And these online platforms, we will also be selling these products at 30% discounted price, and we will also have special events and vouchers being sent out, and we will also increase the rate of the gift certificates as well, and we will also provide intensified support for those who use these gift certificates. We will be celebrating the Lunar New Year holiday, and against this backdrop, as we are suffering from the third wave, during the past week we have seen about 346 cases last week on a daily average, and last year ahead of Chuseok we had about 80 daily cases, and compared to that times, right now we are seeing a very high rate and number of COVID-19. And during the past weekend we also had a slight increase of the people's traffic as well, foot traffic, and we believe that this is also has increased 30% dramatically during the past time, and about 78% of the cases have been clustered and concentrated in the metropolitan area. And as for the reproductive rate of the virus, it is also increasing steadily, and it is nearing 1.0, while just 3 weeks ago it has been hovering around 0.79. And in the metropolitan area, it is slightly over 1.0. And looking at these comprehensively, we believe that we still have risks of infection, and we still have the risks of infection, especially during the third wave. And particular precautions are also necessary at the metropolitan area. Moreover, during the Lunar Year holiday, if we have more foot traffic and if there are more gatherings, family gatherings with relatives, we believe that the third wave could also be exaggerated. And especially for the group meals and any meetings that engage drinking and consumption of food with people that you have not been seeing lately, we believe that there could be higher risks of infection. And also in Gangwon-do district in Hwacheon area, we also had a small village where people had a cluster infection, local infections of the cases, and about 200 people of that village especially were tested, and 7 people have been confirmed to have the virus. So we ask for you to refrain from traveling or visiting your hometowns or relatives during the holiday. And for moreover, we ask the older generations to also give a word to your younger generations, saying that they should not come and they could also stay home during the holidays. And wherever you are, we ask you to comply with stringent these quarantine measures. And at the rest areas, at the highways, we will be prohibiting people from consuming food. And also, please wear your face mask at all times. Moreover, if you are utilizing airplanes, trains, or ferries, we also ask you to utilize the online sales of the tickets and the automatic vending machines as well. And for the 5 weeks before and after the Lunar New Year holiday, when you are visiting your ancestral graves, we will be mandating you to go through the online reservations. So please utilize these in advance before you visit these places. Moreover, starting from end of February, we will be having the rollout of the vaccinations here in South Korea, and we ask you to comply with quarantine measures until then. Please note that you need to wear a face mask at any times, at all times, and wherever you are, and you need to also wash your hands on a regular basis as well. And the government to this end will also make sure that we can return to a state of normalcy as well, and we will also exert our full efforts during the Lunar New Year holidays. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you very much.
That was a government briefing you just heard on the coronavirus situation here in South Korea. The nation reported 444 new cases of COVID-19 on Wednesday, jumping back above the 400 mark for the first time in 6 days. This brings the accumulated number of COVID-19 cases to almost 82,000. There have been 4 more deaths, unfortunately, raising the death toll to 1,486. We're going to wrap up the coverage here, but we will be back at 12 p.m. Korea time with our regular midday news with Mark Broom. Bye for now.